Oh, hello there. Just made some pizza, healthy pizza. It has a great nutritional value. It's made with coconut flour, egg whites, low calorie, compared to the traditional pizza that is. And today we're going to be exploring how to make this so you can make it in your home as well. Let's have a look. It's a beautiful pizza, very tasty as well. And if you want to keep learning about these kind of recipes, please give us a like, subscribe, and stay tuned to know how to make it. See you soon. So you saw the pizza, it looked amazing. Now we're gonna learn how to make the dough, which is the healthiest part of it. So we got all the ingredients laid out over here. We have 240 ml of egg whites. We have 28 grams of coconut flour. We have a bit of salt. We have a bit of Mexican seasoning. We have Italian mix over here. We have garlic, and we have some chili flakes from Lidl. Also, we have spray olive oil, because obviously it allows us to control the portion of oil that we're going to be using with this. Because this is a healthy recipe, you're going to be seeing the nutritional value on your screen somewhere here, here, or here. First thing is to get the 240 ml of egg whites. There we have it. We pour it into our mixture. That goes in there. Then we take the 28 grams of coconut flour. We add that there as well. All right. Now, the next thing is we need a teaspoon of all of these ingredients, which are the chili flakes, this, salt, etc. The original recipe that I saw somewhere online had a mixture of 21 spices. I don't have that, so I'm making my own blend, but I'm gonna be adding a teaspoon of each. So the salt, we're just gonna add this much because this is Himalayan salt. It's a very strong salt, and we don't want that much salt in our product. Let's say this is a quarter teaspoon. Add that in there. Mexican seasoned mix. That's there. We want a teaspoon of it. How much is a teaspoon? We add that there. So the next ingredient is chile picante, estilo americano, American style. Let's grind this up. Okay, this is not working. We're just gonna open it up and pour a teaspoon in there. You don't have to add chili flakes if you don't eat spices. That's a teaspoon over there. Whack it in there to our mixture. The next item is garlic powder. This is garlic granules, pretty much the same thing. So a teaspoon, that much, in there. And finally, we're gonna use, last thing we're gonna use is Tocque Speciale Italia. Basically, it's an Italian seasoning mix. So we're gonna try and get a teaspoon of this out of here. Just like the salt, this seems to have a lot of salt as well in it. We're gonna use half a teaspoon only. All of that goes in there. So that concludes our spice mixture into it. And now it's time to blend it with hand so that it stays lumpy and thick. You don't want it really, really watery. The whole concept is just like a pancake, you know? So let's start mixing. That's how it's looking after a minute of mixing. We're gonna keep on mixing this for a while more. It's a workout, yeah? I think it's low calorie because you work out while you're doing this. Okay, so, that's some workout. Now we're gonna cook it. So we have our portable gas over here. Let's turn that on. Take a non-stick pan. We have this. Put over here. This is where the spray olive oil comes into play, so that you don't use a lot, because 1 teaspoon of olive oil has 120 calories. This has half of it, or a third. So you spray it evenly. Okay, so the pan is hot now. We're gonna reduce a little bit the heat so that it doesn't have a shock while pouring the mixture. Just mix it once more like this a little bit. And we pour it on. You want to spread it evenly out. The size of it can be whatever you want. We're gonna try with a small pizza, which we say small was pretty much a third or half of the mixture. And we let it cook, just like a pancake. So just a reminder, you will need a lid for it so that it cooks evenly from the top as well. We cover it for a little bit. So let's have a look what's happening underneath. It might be getting burnt. Oh, there we go. So it's a soft pancake. And we cover it a little bit more. So we're just gonna flip it over now. There we go, nice and brown on one side. It looks like an omelet. We're gonna cover it up because there's something cool happening. Whenever I cover it, it seems to expand, and then I open it and it contracts again. Look at that, how it's shrinking. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's slightly getting smaller and smaller when you open it. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it now. Woo, it's hot. Flip it over. As you can see, this is a very soft pizza base at the moment, but it's not as easy breakable. You can see how I'm maneuvering it as well. It's not breaking up as easily. So this is pretty much done now. It's been cooking for 5 minutes only, quite fast. It seems like a pancake, to be honest. You can cook it for a bit more if you want to make it harder or crispier. We're gonna be putting it in the oven as well later on. So I'm gonna cook it this much, and we're gonna start with the other batch as well. Here. So this one was a small one, as you saw. Now we're gonna use the whole of this, or we're gonna try and use the whole of it and make a bigger one. So let's pour it there in the middle. Get it all out. And you wanna just spread it evenly across the pan to make a bigger, quote-unquote family-sized pizza. I say family-sized pizza because that's pretty much a pizza size I would eat. Plus this time the dough is going to be thicker as well, as you can see. Now the problem with this is that we don't have anything to cover it with, so we're going to lower the heat so that it cooks properly all the way through. We want to keep an eye on this one as we don't have a lid for it. So we're just going to be doing this every now and then, having a look from underneath so that it's not getting stuck. Separating it from the pan from the edges. As you saw, if it gets stuck, it'll start breaking up because it's not cooked from one side. So while it's cooking, as I said, let's keep an eye on the edges. We're going to use a knife, and if it gets stuck, in this case it's not getting stuck anymore because it's cooked now from one side. You just want to pass it across the edges just to see that it's not stuck, so that later on when you're going to flip it, it doesn't break up as easily. This is on very low heat now, so that's cooking evenly and properly all the way from the inside. You could tell because all the bubbles coming up here as well in the middle, so you can tell that it's actually cooked from here, from the insides. We're gonna turn it around. We're gonna be using a plate, otherwise it might break. So what you wanna do is just put the plate here, carefully on top. Turn it around, just like you would an omelet. Spray a little bit only extra. And you wanna pop this back on into the pan. Whoop, there we go. And you want to let cook the other side as well evenly. So as you can see at the moment, you know it's not cooked when you do this and it starts breaking up, so you let it be and it will eventually stick off that pan. So this one's done, the big one. Let's have a look. Both edges, you can see it's brownish on both edges. We're gonna leave that over here. So we're gonna go inside and bring out the toppings for our pizza. So we have low calorie cheese over here, 100 grams. We have our low calorie tomato sauce with no sugar added. We have some peppers here that we like, guindillas and oregano. Basic margarita pizza. Let's make it. We're gonna use 3 tablespoons of tomato because we like our pizza to have tomatoes. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Spread it around. Next we add the cheese. 100 grams of cheese, that's a lot of cheese. Next what we're gonna do is add a bit of bell pepper. So we just take a little bit here on the edges and we cut it in slices. Just chop it up into little pieces. That's a tablespoon of bell pepper. Then we take a green bell pepper. Again, we do the same thing. Just cut it into little strips. Turn it sideways. And we want a tablespoon of it. So that's about it. Next, we want an onion. We take the onion in julienne cuts. Those are long strips. Just put it across. Then we add some oregano. And finally, we add some guinea peppers. Sometimes they're spicy, sometimes they're just tangy. These just leave around like that. Okay, so there we have it. That's our pizza. It's not cooked yet. We're gonna put it in the oven now. But look how beautiful it looks. So the pizza's done. It's ready to eat. Here we have it. It looks amazing. Let's cut it through and see how it tastes. So, there we have it, one slice. Tastes actually really good. So guys, if you liked our recipe, give us a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more recipes. I'll see you soon.